Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to another live with me today. My name is Mo from Mospark Digital, where working parents and busy professionals build a life around their 9 to 5. They build extra income without burning out. So that's what we do today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're joining live, say hello. If you're watching on replay, put in hashtag replay and I'll come and say hello later. So today we are on day 11 of our gratitude journey. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, we're going on 30 days of gratitude and vision for working parents. As we know that we parents are always like very busy. We like most times we're on autopilot. We just like go, 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 go. And we don't remember to stop. So today our gratitude topic is grateful for our jobs. Grateful that we have a jobs to go to, grateful that we are thankful that we have a job because that pays our bills. We can do little things with, well, not little, so many things. We pay our bills, we always look after our kids, buy little stuff and bits and pieces, even though some of us can't adjust with our salary alone, but at least it does something. There are people out there that they are praying for a job, they are job hunting. So for those of us who have a job to go to, we are thanking God for a job today. And why does having a job matter? We know that in this life we are in right now, we have to pay bills. We need money to survive. For working parents, especially, we have kids. We have people that we are responsible for. We need to be able to look after our kids, put food on the table, put a roof over their head, put clothes on their back. Just basic things of life to be able to provide for ourselves and our family. So having a job is really very important. If not a job, and as in having a means that you can a means to provide for your family, right? You could be, having a source of income from anywhere. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Today we are talking about being grateful for our jobs as working parents. So we are grateful that we have a job to go to. So I've worked in like various sectors, like over the years. I've been working for like, I don't know, nearly 20 years now. And I started off in the oil and gas industry. So picked up because I trained as a geologist. I picked up so many skills from there. And then I transitioned into finance and then mortgage specifically. So I've been working with data in the bank, and that's a different set of skills entirely. So over the years, I've been able to build like different skills, and I'm genuinely grateful for every chapter because there are different sectors. You get to learn new things that, and those skills, like they go on with you. You is a skill set you've got it. Nobody can take it away from you. It's yours. You know how to do it. So that goes with you. So we're grateful for all those skill sets. And because when you just start a job and you don't have any skill sets, you're just starting like for the first time, you don't have confidence because you don't know how you're going to do the job and all those kind of things. So you have to learn. Like if you're just fresh out of uni and you're doing your first job, or like me when I did switch companies from sectors from oil and gas to the finance. When I started with finance, I didn't have much confidence because that was my first time of working within finance and as a data analyst because I'm coming from a geologist background. Then now I've switched over to becoming data analyst. I lacked the confidence, the necessary skills, and everything. So I had to like learn that. And over time, with repetition and everything you do, you learn more skills, the confidence come, and then you become experienced. So that's the beautiful thing because with time comes experience, and then experience eventually turns to money, right? That's how it works because when you start, after you've been in a place for a while, you had experience, then you go to somewhere else, they ask you like, how many years of experience have you had, and then they pay you more money based on the years of experience you had. So somebody with like 7 8 years of experience will get paid more money than someone that is just like starting like 1 or 2 years experience, right? So that's one of the things. So we are grateful for jobs, and we that have been working for years. We are grateful for the skills that we have. We're grateful for all the experience and all the confidence, everything that is built in us. And then especially for us working parents, is sometimes it's challenging where you have, because you have little kids, you have all the early mornings, you have to wake up early, get the kids like pack lunch, get them ready, their uniforms, all those kind of things. Then you do school runs, you drop it off, then you run off to work, and then you have work deadlines. You're trying to be present for your family. You come back again, you do dinner, you spend time together, you do homework, you manage finances. Sometimes you're just like feeling so stressed. And it's not that most of us are feeling, or no, it's not like that. We are just, sometimes we're just tired because we're simply carrying a lot. See, as I was just explaining, just thinking about what we do as parents sometimes is exhausting because we get to do so many things, and then we wear so many different hats at the same time. But it's just the invisible mental load that many parents carry, because we can't say like, I've just come back from my work because I had to go into the office today, so, and I'm like super tired. I need to come and do my live so that I can connect with my audience, with my clients, and I can do that. And then after this, I still have to go have conversations with my kids, do dinner, ask how their day went, just have that conversation. But I am like tired, mentally tired. Well, I'm physically tired as well. I just want my bed right now, but then I know I can't go to bed right now because there's still so many things to get done. Yeah, but that's working parents for you. We get busy and we have to do so many things. So let me ask you a question. What would your ideal work-life balance actually look like? As a working parent, what would a work-life balance, what will it look like for you, as in for you personally? Because everybody's got their opinions, everybody want different things. We all want different things as as working parents. Well, so I'm not asking what social media thinks the perfect work-life balance is, or what the society is telling us that this is what your life balance, work-life balance should look like. What exactly will a typical life work-life balance? What does it look like for you? For some people is flexibility. For me, that's one of the biggest on my list, is to be flexible, because you can't tell what's going to happen to your kids. Anybody can call you at any time that, okay, you need to come and pick your kids from school. And if you're at a job that is not very flexible, that you can't even tell your boss that, okay, sorry, my kid is not feeling fine, to go and pick them up. If you're in one of those roles, how do you want to do that? And nobody, if anything happens at the job, as in happens to you, the job goes on, but your kid will always be there for you even if anything happens. So you have to be there for your kids. You have to look after your kids, because nobody's going to look after them if you don't. Imagine them calling you from school that your kid is not feeling fine, you need to pick them, but then you can't leave work because of that. How bad is that? I did have a friend one time where she just moved to a new country, and then she has to go and pick her. She just got a new job. She's been looking for work for a very long time, and then she got a new job. Then she has to go and pick her kid from school. But it's her first day on that job. So there's no way she could leave. And she couldn't tell them that she wanted to leave because she's been looking for a job for a very long time. She found one, then she has to go and pick her kid. And there was nobody that could pick her kid for her. She didn't she didn't pick her kids until she'll finish working at 12 midnight. Imagine leaving your child in school until 12 midnight. That was heartbreaking. When she told me her story, that was heartbreaking. And that's one of the reasons why flexibility is really very important to me when it comes to a job. So I usually like to work in places where they are flexible. When they tell you that you just need to work your hours. It doesn't matter what time you start. You can decide to start at 7, 8, 9. But as long as you work your hours, then you're good. I like companies like that because they have a little bit of flexibility. So it's not like one of those companies where they tell you that you just you have fixed hours like 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, and you just have to like stick by those hours. Sometimes we don't have a choice, right? Because we need to find a job. But if you have the option, yes, I would prefer jobs that it's flexible. You have flexible hours. That as long as you work your hours, no matter what time of the day you do it, it's fine. Flexibility is really very important to me when it comes to work-life balance. Then I also like having time, to spend time with my family. So that's like that's my work-life balance. On holidays, to go on holiday, to travel, to be able, to spend time with them, create beautiful memories, and the perfect water when we're all healthy, we are at peace, we are that's just what I'm not talking about now. What life work-life balance means to me. Flexibility is the top of my list. So if you are watching, do let me know what does the perfect work-life balance look for you? For me, flexibility is really very important. That work in places where they're kind of flexible with the hours. What does it look like for you? And then I do, as I said, I do love to travel. It's not like I just want to go on a beach and go on holidays and not do anything. But I really love to have options, right? So I'm not like stuck that if I don't say, sometimes when you finish your holidays, we only have like 28 or 30 days if you're working. If you finish your holidays, and then that's it, you can't book any more holidays off. So that's why I do like more flexibility, more options, more time for the people I love. Those are my dream. So now the vision question is, what are the new habits and new skills, new opportunities that are going to be thinking out for the future? As in, I'm talking about being intentional about your future. What's the plan? Are you thinking about having more flexibility for yourself? Are you thinking about picking up new skills? Or what's your plan? What's the vision for your future? So that's why I started this online business, because I really wanted more flexibility and I wanted more options. I wanted to be able to do things on my own terms, when I want and how I want it. So that's one of the reasons that I started my online business, because yes, that's another income stream for me. And because I don't want to keep trading my time for money for the rest of my life. No, I want to be able to have options. Like, the online business is online, right? So I'm working from the comfort of my home. I don't have to be in a particular place at a particular location before I'm able to do my job, before I'm able to like earn online, right? So it gives me option, and it's not about escaping work, or we don't want to like do anything. Of course, you still, even with the online business, you still have to work. Like right now, I'm talking to you people so that you can understand what the online business looks like. I help people, they ask questions. So I'm still doing the work. It's not like is you're just going to sit down, cross your legs, and not do anything, and money will be rolling in. No, of course, you have to build your business. It's a real business. So you have to build the business, put efforts into it, which is why I started the online business, so that I can have options. So 2, 3, 4 years down the line, eventually you will be able to replace my 9 to 5 income, and then full 100% flexibility, doing things on my own terms. So as I said, today we are grateful for the jobs we have that we can go to. We are grateful for the skills. We are grateful for all the experience. We are grateful for the income that comes with our job as well. So, guys, remember to pause, take a minute to be grateful for your job, because there are people out there that are currently looking for jobs, or they don't have jobs to go to. So if you're out there, you're working parents and you have a job to go to, you have income, you've gained new skills, you have experiences, then be grateful for all that. So that's it for me today. And then the goal isn't like working less unnecessarily, as necessary to work less, but it's to build a life where where your work supports your values, and then your work will be able to give you flexibility to do things on your own terms and however you want it. So as I said, that is why I started my online business, so that eventually I'm able to create more options for myself, more income stream, and I don't have to just like be stuck to a single source of income, which will not be enough to fund my dreams, fund my goals. My 9 to 5 right now is enough to pay my bills, put a roof over my head, look after my children. But to be able to do other things, to be able to flex, buy things when I want, support my children, go on holiday. My teenagers are going to start uni soon, and I don't want them to start life with debt, right? So I would love to support them as much as I can. So that's one of the reasons. And I know my 9 to 5 will not be enough to do that. So I need to find other options, other ways. So I need another vehicle to be able to bring my dreams to life, which is why I started this online business. So if you're out there and you're interested in starting an online business, I'm your go-to girl. Send me a DM, comment info on this video. I'll show you how I started. I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm happy to like show you, and I can't make that decision for you, but I'm here to lay down the options for you, and then you can see for yourself that will this work for you? Is this something that will fit around your life? Does it support your values? And then you're able to make an informed decision. There's no harm in checking something out. So if you're out there, you're looking for options, then I'm your go-to girl. Thank you so much for joining me on today's live. As I said, is day 11 of 30 days of gratitude and vision. And tomorrow I'll be back for day 12. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now. And now.